Okay, so Emma, thank you for joining us. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, so my name is Emma. I'm a graduate of University of Galway Computer Science and IT from 2018. I'm currently the founder, CEO, and CTO of Kinetic IQ. So Kinetic IQ is a software startup which provides real-time feedback and analysis on exercise technique using strictly software and no hardware or wearables required. Yeah, so I went to secondary school in Galway. So coming to the University of Galway was a pretty natural choice for myself. In terms of one of the key decisions that I knew I definitely wanted to study computer science, it was actually at an open day that I went to at the University of Galway. And I was attending the science, engineering, and computer science open days. And someone made the comment that if you want to discover something, do science. If you want to build something, do engineering. And to me, that was the point. I was like, great, I love science, but I want to build something. And I love computers, so I'm going to do computer science. Yeah, so I went on work placement at Cisco, which is an American multinational company that have their Irish headquarters in Galway. So as part of that, Cisco actually invited us on site for a hackathon jam when we were in second year. At that stage, a lot of us got really good exposure to what they're doing, the whole work environment. And so when the application for the third year, 8-month placement came up, I put in Cisco straight away for my application and I was quickly interviewed and accepted to work with them. So I worked with them on my internship for 8 months. But even before I finished on the placement, I had an offer for a full-time job before even going back into final year. So I was able to focus on my final year studies without needing to worry about what am I actually doing after my career. I already had something lined up there. It was very common, to be honest. I had friends that worked across Fidelity, SAP, IBM, Genesis, like loads of different companies around the place that were hiring interns that saw the strongest interns coming out of the University of Galway computer science degree and offering them roles before they had even finished their degree. Yeah, so I had my full-time offer job with Cisco that I was able to jump into straight away. So for my startup idea, I did think of it when I was in university, and I kind of sat in it as a side project, evening and weekend hustle, while I spent 3 years in Cisco. So I knew I wanted to go there to build up my technical knowledge, earn some money, and live life a little, because I knew it wouldn't be easy building a startup. So going straight into industry, I was able to hit the ground running, really progress in my career. And the computer science degree really built that foundation, not just in software engineering, but understanding wider database systems, computing at a lower level, but also up and coming technologies like machine learning, AI, and along with the innovation and UX side, that's all part of it. So the degree really teed me up nicely, not just for the multinational corporate work, but then projecting into my startup career then as well. Yeah, so I mean, corporate life can be great for a lot of people. It's very much your 9 to 5, you're clocking in Monday to Friday. Generally, for coming out of a computer science degree, you're getting on, very good pay rates, good conditions, really innovative companies that have good perks, benefits, relaxed kind of workspaces. Generally, what you see from more technical jobs, that they tend to be fairly casual around close, flexible start finish times compared to more corporate bank or traditional finance roles, which suited me much more. So it was great to be able to switch it off 5 o'clock on a Friday, and that's it. You would forget about it. The company is a software platform to give real-time feedback on exercise technique. So the idea actually came to me when I was training in the Kingfisher, seeing my form was wrong, knowing it was wrong, and thinking surely technology could help with this. So I built out the first prototype then as part of my final year project. I worked on it as a side hustle for a couple of years. So our first hires, once I got our first grant funding in, was to take on summer interns from the computer science and IT degree. So I actually took them on from their second year, knowing that come third year, January, there would be people looking for 8-month placements. So I was able to see, right, who are the really good second years? And then they were actually my first full-time hires for the placement. And so those two guys actually then went back to their final year. They're back with us now as full-time graduates, actually our senior engineers in the company. So we see absolutely amazing opportunities working with top and up becoming students, because startup life is super fast paced. You don't necessarily need a huge amount of skills or experience in one area. If you can do one thing really well and you're willing to learn, they're the kind of people that we're looking to have in a startup business. Well, honestly, I remember coming into University of Galway my first day, and some of the first people that I met in those 2 weeks are still some of my best friends to this day. We would have been in and out of all our classes together, spending our nights out together. So they're still very close friends of mine because, we just had so much in common. But in terms of clubs and socks then and how I was able to get more involved with the community, I was class rep for 3 years, engaging with the SU there. But I was also captain of the Muay Thai club and was member of the Muay Thai club for 4 years. So I think definitely learning the bit of fighting as well has helped a lot with the resilience of building a startup company. So I think the University of Galway computer science and IT degree is pretty unique because it has a very broad scope of what it means for computer science. You have some very dedicated software engineering or machine learning or cybersecurity courses out there, which are great. But if you're a graduate looking for, right, I know I want to work in technology, where can I best apply myself? This course gives an amazing opportunity to say, right, these are the areas that I know I'm best at. For me, it was back-end Java coding. My good friend who I studied with, he was all cybersecurity, and that's his field. One of my other friends, he's machine learning and AI. He's gone on to do a master's and doing amazing work and research there in that side as well. I mean, it's a fast-changing world, but we're only going to see tech being implemented more and more. I mean, people get scared when they're saying, oh my God, the large language models are writing the code. But yeah, we still need engineers that understand how software systems are built in order to implement the code. Yes, you might be able to get an LLM to do a nice website for you. But if you're going to build a complex software system to solve a very specific human problem, we're going to need computer scientists and engineers to piece these all together. And of course, to actually run and manage these AI systems. So really, I think the jobs future is very much secure for people with a very strong technical background. And I think the world is your oyster really coming from a degree like this. I mean, it can be super difficult, but you just have to keep yourself well informed. I mean, the way I approached it was that I went to whatever open days, summer schools that I could. I was able to immerse myself in the School of IT for a couple of days, went to the open days, heard the talks, heard the past students and graduates, etc. And I really just followed my gut, knowing, look, I think there's a great potential here in tech. I have an affinity for it. Let's just go with it. So I think, yeah, follow your heart, really, as long as it balances with what you want to achieve in your career. That's the advice that I would give.
Thank you, Emma, for joining us here for this open day presentation. And thank you so much. And the very best of luck to you and all your colleagues in Kinetic IQ Systems.
Thank you, Enda.